Hello. Hey y'all, if you're new here, my name is Alyssa and I am a small business owner. My business name is Fabulous Boutique and I sell safety keychains and a whole bunch of other safety products like stun guns, hidden knives, kitty knuckles, car safety, home safety, a bunch of stuff. You name it, we have it except for Pum Pums. Okay, if we don't have it, let me know, recommend it in the comment section, I'll bring it. Anything safety related, okay? But anyways, I wanted to vlog my huge restock that I have happening today. I'm restocking over 1,000 safety keychains, along with adding some new designs and adding some new stunners, restocking stunners and things like that. And I figured instead of my normal vlogs, so if you have watched any of my other behind the scenes vlogs, what I typically do is I just show my day, how I prep for it a little bit that day, how it went, what I do after to celebrate. Simple, to the point. But today, instead of it just being my day, I wanted it to be a more informational vlog on how I even got to this point, because a lot of small businesses will join my TikTok lives because that's one of the main ways I promote. Of course, that's not the only promotion, would not recommend that. I'll get into why, but a lot of small businesses are like, oh wow, I wish I had that many orders, I wish I had that many customers. And I just want people to know it takes a very long time to get to this point. It doesn't happen overnight. For some businesses, it does. I was one of those businesses. And I see businesses on TikTok all the time blowing up overnight, but it does not always happen that way. And I want to make sure you guys know that so you don't lose confidence in what you're doing. So before I even go to work, because I do have to go to dinner beforehand with my fiance's family, I want to get a little bit into how I started, and how I started with only 10 safety keychains. So when I first started, I was on Etsy, and not even Etsy, let's backtrack a little bit before that. I just posted on Facebook. I just said, hey, I'm just gonna sell these safety keychains. I have 10 of them, who wants them? Sold out instantly. Why? They're friends and family. It was just my friends and family supporting, shout out to them, okay, period. And they kept selling out. I would only restock 10 at a time, and that's completely normal for a small business. I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, I see this business, they say they're shipping hundreds of orders a day, because that's me now. That was not me. I would ship out my, and it wasn't even shipping, I would go hand deliver my 10 little orders, and I was so excited for that. I was so excited. I thought I was like, yeah, this is it. Like, I got money, period. And I will say, the way I even funded my business to begin with, I started my business the summer before my senior year of college. So what I would do is I would go to school full-time, work no job. My parents would just, they wouldn't even give me money for like hanging out. They didn't even give me money, period. They would just pay for my textbooks in some of my school. I'm in student loan debt. And they gave me a credit card, and they were like, you can only put food on here, like groceries. And they would check. So what I would have to do is during summer breaks and winter breaks, I would work a full-time job, get as much money as I can, save it, and then that's the money I would have during the school year. If I blew through the money, well, girl, you better go back to work and get the job, okay? That's how it worked. So with that being said, the summer before my senior year, I was working a full-time job, and instead of saving that money for the school year, which I was supposed to be doing, I was like, I'm gonna invest all the money into my business. And at the time, all my money was $1,000, which to some people that's a lot, some people that's a little bit. At the time, to me, that was like everything I had. I didn't have a savings. I was like, I'm just gonna put my $1,000, and if it doesn't work out, well, I'm screwed for the school year. I'm gonna have no money. And it ended up working out. And I just want to say the $1,000 because some people are like, oh, how much should I start with? That's what I personally started with. It may be different for what you're selling. Some people hand make things, it could be a little bit cheaper. That's what I did. And I essentially blew up on TikTok very quickly. This was back in 2020 when you could blow up for anything. You could look at the camera and it's like, oh, poof, 1 million views. And I started getting orders like crazy, and that's when I started my Etsy account, and I would get at least an order a day, which is amazing for a small business. I also want my small business owners to know it is completely normal to not get orders every single day. I was a very, very, very different situation. I was getting at least one order a day. Like, even the first day I started my Etsy account, I woke up to one order. I didn't tell a single soul about my Etsy account. I didn't want nobody knowing I had this business. I would never show my face because I was like a little embarrassed. Like, if I fail, I don't want people knowing it was me. Somebody randomly found my Etsy. Nobody I knew. Very rare circumstance, but it is completely normal. I want you guys to know that. And from there, I could be like, okay, I'm gonna bring 20 keychains, 25. I took a big risk. I was like, ooh, 100 keychains. That was like a lot for me. It would continuously sell out because I was going viral. Like, when I say going viral, every video I posted, a million, 500,000, 700,000. It was like crazy. I was getting pushed out like crazy. And I just wanna, I have to tell myself this sometimes. Even though it is amazing that happened, it's not something that's gonna stay consistent forever. You're not gonna keep blowing up forever. And I knew that when it was happening. I knew, okay, let me take advantage of the fact I'm blowing up. But it's still a little bit hard for me now because of me blowing up, I have 1.4 million followers. I was at 1.5. I lost 100,000 followers. I did research and it says because of robots and stuff, and I'm still losing followers every day, which is very, very discouraging. And I don't think it's me. I go live every day, I post every day, I post my stories. I did a lot of research, and it says if you are not changing up your content, like, obviously my content sucks, I suck, but I believe it's robots. I believe it's robots or fake pages getting banned and things like that. So it was just really hard for me to be like, okay, I went from getting millions of views and I have all these followers, which is amazing, a blessing. I post a video now, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, which doesn't make sense. Like, if you have over 1 million followers, you would think, okay, even if they push you out just to your followers, forget the free page, at least 50,000 views, 100,000 views. Nope. And it has been like that for years now. I just got used to it. So that's another tip I want to give to small businesses. If you're blowing up, do not expect that 24/7. Even though I knew that was going to happen, when the views stopped, I was a little heartbroken. I was like, oh no. But the good thing is that I still get a consistent customer base, regardless of if my video gets 1,000 views or 1 million views, because I have branched out in so many different marketing aspects, social media. And speaking of which, I literally just got an order. Okay, see? So that's just a tip I want to give. I know I'm rambling on, but like I said, I want this to be super informational. And don't worry, it's not going to be me sitting here the whole time. I will bring you guys to work, show how the restock went, and give more tips. But I just really want to like give as much information as I have and just pour it and spill it into you guys. So that was happening. And at that time, I would sell out of my entire website, but also I was only selling safety keychains. I wasn't selling stun guns. I wasn't selling all these extra stuff I have now. It was just strictly safety keychains. And I got so used to, oh my God, I'm gonna put a restock, it's gonna sell out. It would be a couple hundred keychains. It would sell out every time. And eventually, that did stop. I would still restock a couple hundred, but you know, all right. I would sell a good chunk, but not sell all of it. And it would hurt my feelings, but looking back, like, it was gonna stop eventually. Like, it's not normal. Do you see these big businesses, do they constantly sell out of their whole website? No, they may have a viral product that keeps selling out, but they don't ever sell out of their entire website. So that's what I would look at it as. And from there, I continued with my TikTok, even though my views were kind of, that's when I started really, really going on TikTok live, and I found TikTok live helped. I would go viral on live. Like, when I say viral, I would have thousands of people in there. I'm like, what the heck? And boom, more orders. So here's my tip to small businesses. Do not rely on one form of marketing, one form of social media. So I would strictly rely on TikTok. I also have Instagram, Facebook. Then I would rely on lives. Now I have TikTok, TikTok Live, Instagram. Instagram just did a new update with the Instagram broadcast channel. That has helped my business tremendously, because the people who genuinely are invested into my business, like, they just want to know when I launch things, that's the perfect way for them to know. You send a message, hey, new, hey, sale, hey, free gift. I have Facebook. I run Facebook ads, Google ads, Snapchat ads, I do YouTube ads here and there. I've done a TikTok ad before. I have so many different ways of branching out now that, let's say my TikTok live gets banned, which has happened to me before. I have other ways of marketing. So that is my biggest tip. Please do not do that. Oh, and I also invested in text and email marketing. That is like probably the best thing I've ever done. Please go invest in that, okay? So I couldn't afford these things when I first started, but how I got to this point was I built my customer base. I started off super cheap because I didn't know how to price it. Then as I gained more customers, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna charge a little bit extra for the keychains now because I can't afford to keep charging 20 bucks. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be charging that. I didn't know what margins were. I didn't know any of that stuff. As I grew my customer base, I raised the price a little bit, so that way I had a little bit more extra profit. I could invest in better packaging. I could invest in employees. My mom works for me full time. I can invest in an office. That's how I did it. Eventually raised the price a little bit more to 40. That was like my price. Kept growing my customer base, and I would just try to find different ways to blow up again. I would follow trends, okay? If there's like a funny trend going on, I'm doing it. Viral songs. But what really worked for me personally, I don't know if this is gonna work for everybody because I don't know the best way to put this. Everybody's personality is different, but I basically grow a lot of my customers because of my personality as well. Like, I am very authentic and very true. I don't even try to be relatable. I just am myself, and because of that I am relatable. I'm also the type of person, I say what everybody's thinking and they're too scared to say it. That's just me, okay? My personality really helped grow my customer base, and because of that I've gotten to the point where every time I have a restock now, it's always 1,000 plus keychains. Do not think that I first started, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get 1,000 keychains, sell them. No, I started from 10, and now we're at about, I think this restock, it's like 1,200 and something. And it's not all the same design. This is like 13, 14 designs, and there's over 1,000 of them, so do the math. Some of them have the same numbers, some of them don't, based on how popular they are, things like that. That's something you kind of learn over time. You learn, okay, well, my customers really like, so here's my example. If you're new here, I have a bunch of different types of wristlets. I have beaded wristlets. I have ones with glitter. I have some that my grandma makes. I have scrunchies. Well, I've learned my customers really love scrunchies and beads more than everything else, okay? So I'm like, okay, if I know that, let's put more scrunchies and beads in stock, and the glitters and the other ones we could put a little bit less. That's a big thing that you have to factor in, because what businesses will do, they'll say, oh, well, I sold out of this. I sold out of my phone case one time. I'm gonna bring 100 phone cases and 100 purses. Nobody's buying the purses. Stick to the, buy more phone cases. That's what businesses do. Or the biggest mistake they'll do, they'll have one viral video, go buy 1,000,000 phone cases, and then they're like, wait, but nobody's buying it. I'm like, because you have the one viral video. Like, the only way I bring in that much is if something is consistently selling out. Like, if a keychain has sold out 3 or 4 times now, I'm like, okay, now we could up it. Let's bring 200 of the keychain, see how it goes. Let's bring 1,000, you know what I'm saying? So that's like my biggest tip. Some businesses go way over their heads, which I have done a couple of times with certain collections. I'm gonna be honest, that angel number collection that I had, I was way in over my, well, let me not say way in over my head. I thought it would sell out, but it didn't. I still have it over a year later. So it's just completely normal to make those types of mistakes. I didn't realize it wouldn't sell out because they all are. If you look at my angel number collection on my website, check it out. Every single design, it's the same exact thing. Same colors, same everything. Just change the number on it. 111, 222, 333. And I should have known it wasn't gonna sell out, because duh, why would somebody buy multiple if they all have the same things? They're just gonna pick one number. But yeah, just, it's normal to make mistakes. I have so many stories of how I lost money. If you want a whole separate YouTube video on ways that I lost money as a business owner, let me know so you learn from my mistakes. But yeah, that's just a little bit. Like, I could ramble on for hours about how I grew my business, but that's just like a little bit of my story and a little bit of how I was able to go from 10 to over 1,000. I can always go more in depth. Just let me know what you guys want to hear. There's certain things I don't talk about. Example, some people have requested, oh, could you do more in depth on how you create collections? The reason I don't do that is, number one, I don't want to give my vendors away. Number two, I don't like giving my ideas away when it comes to that creative stuff. And number three, it's just, that's my favorite part of my business. That's like my piece. I find enjoyment in that, and I feel like if I film it and share it with everybody, you know, there's always those complainers, there's always those people, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, I would have liked this. I don't want to hear that. I do it for myself. I love doing it, and I don't want it to be ruined. So that's my little special spot that I don't share on camera whatsoever. So I hope you guys understand that. Same way, I'm sure there's something you love to do, maybe a hobby, and you're like, oh, I don't want to monetize it, I don't want to post about it, I don't want to share anybody, because I love it and I want to keep it for myself. I hope you guys understand that. But let me show y'all my fit check before we go to dinner, period. So sorry for the bad lighting. I got this little 3-piece set from Fashion Nova, and I think it's adorable, and I like the fact that I could kind of wear it without the third piece, but because I'm going to dinner with like my fiance's family, I like to cover up a little bit more. So, you know, we got that. The chanclas are from a small business called Shop Official B. Love her. I've shopped her for years. And then I got my Louis because it gave me more like, oh, luxury. Oh, I'm giving luxury. If y'all don't think so, mind your business, okay? It was also important to me that I pick a comfortable outfit that I'll be able to pack orders in later. And I also wanted to give you guys what the scent of the day was. I did do it on TikTok live, but if you missed my live, I'll show you anyways. I'm using this combo right here. I got this shimmer body oil from Bath & Body Works. It's from their new summer collection. Coconut and vanilla, love. It says a shimmer. I don't see the shimmer. It mostly gives a glow. And then I got this from TJ Maxx, and it is woody coconut vanilla perfume, and it's a dupe for the Billie Eilish perfume. So this little Mimic brand, if you see these bottles, they're dupes for expensive brands. So I love that they're both coconut and vanilla scents, okay? And honestly, I only picked it because it matches my outfit. Oh my goodness, I was zooming to my job because after dinner I was like, I'm gonna make a little pit stop to TJ Maxx, and I showed up a few minutes late, but I did not want to miss me hitting 64,000 orders. Yes! Oh my god, perfect timing. Oh, okay, I guess it just skipped to 3. This is amazing. We have over 300 people on our site right now shopping with us, checking out our website. I don't have a real goal today. Well, okay, I lied. I have a goal for the weekend money-wise, which I do not feel comfortable sharing, but I'm gonna try to see if we can get at least 100 orders today. Typically when we have a restock and we have new keychains that are permanent, we don't get as many orders because sometimes people are like, okay, well, I don't get paid till the next Friday, and let me just wait. They know they can, like, it'll be there unless it sells out, of course, but they know it'll be restocked. So let's just hope that today goes well. And I do want to give a big shout out to everybody in the live. Everybody in the live, say hello. We have almost 400 people in here. If you guys see a bunch of boxes in the background of this video, that is so much inventory on the right, and then on the left, it is all garbage. My office is always filled with new inventory, okay? We always got that new, or it's just like pepper sprays, alarms, Couboutons, things like that. Okay, now that I'm finally like, settled, let me show the people everything that we are restocking along with the new stuff. So we just launched this brand new beaded sunflower. I love the stretch on them. It is gorgeous. We did have sunflowers since the day I opened my business, but it was just time for an upgrade, you know? So we got that. I also launched a brand new satin scrunchie. This one's called Aqua, and another one named Emerald. And so our entire satin scrunchie collection is permanent. Let me show you. We got Jet that just restocked. Ruby has been in stock. Diamond has been in stock, and then we have Sapphire and Ametrine, and we have Pink. It's just sold out right now. That one's called Rose Quartz, and I've said this before in my scrunchie collection video, but I knew that I wanted a scrunchie collection permanent. Like, I launched this sometime last year. One of my vendors showed me satin fabric, and I thought it was the most beautiful thing in the world. I thought it was different, make them like monochromatic. And I knew I saw the pink, I was like, oof, Rose Quartz. The red, oh my god, easy, Ruby. And I was like, okay, why not just name all of them after stones and gems? So we're still going with that theme with the 2 new ones. So if I were to expand even more than this, like there's a million colors in the world, I will continue to name it after stones and gems. So we have that. We have restocked our pink butterfly safety keychain that's handmade by Grandma. If you see me looking over here, it's because I'm on TikTok Live. We restocked Violet. Honestly, all of our beads are just like super popular. Isabella, she's an oldie but a goodie, has been popular. Love You a Latte, also handmade by Grandma. If anybody's into coffee, it has coffee beans, coffee, iced coffee, all that good stuff. Then we have Sunset. She's cute, she's different, you know, the purple and orange is kind of a vibe. Then we have tie-dye. I actually just introduced this one this year. So my last restock, I forgot to mention this earlier in the vlog, I have not had a restock since January, and the reason I can do that is because I launched so much new that I'm still constantly bringing in things. It just wasn't our like original like everyday keychain. So it's been 6 months. So the last time I restocked, it was over 1,000. So those over 1,000 keychains last me about 6 months, which is pretty good. So we got tie-dye. This one is relatively new as well. This after hours keychain, I launched this year as well. I always had a black wallet, but I was like, let's just make it beaded to make it more popular. And I saved the best for last. This is like the most popular keychain that we have. Like this is it. This is number one. This is Dreamy. I launched this about a year ago in honor of me hitting 50,000 orders. I was like, let me launch a new permanent keychain. So it was actually June 20 something of last year, and right now it's June 7th. So almost a year ago, and she has been selling out ever since. And my favorite part is that this wristlet glows in the dark, and again, they're all super stretchy. But I wanted to give a little more insight on how I promote my restocks. So this is what I personally do. You can do whatever you want, you know, add, change things. What I do is I always send out a text and an email right as soon as I launch. Hey, restock is now live. I say if there's anything new, anything juicy, but I don't send pictures with it. I used to, because I know that all companies do this, but bro, like my texting team, they double the amount. So let's say it cost me $500. It actually cost me more than that. I'm just making up a number. Let's say it cost me $500 to send out a text, because I have 38,000 text subscribers. $500 to send out a text. If I add a picture to that text, or like a GIF, whatever that's called, it doubles it. So it's like $1,000, which it's actually more than that. I just made up 500, which is crazy. So I stopped sending pictures. If y'all want to see what it looks like, you better click on that link. I don't need to send no more pictures. I'm not doubling the money to send a picture, which is crazy. So I do that. I also set up live events here on TikTok. It's just a guaranteed way for people to get notified about my lives. So I'll title it like, you know, big restock, whatever you want to title it. Have people sign up. I also have TikTok subscribers. I give them, you know, a little bit extra perks. So my subscribers today, they got an extra discount code. Usually if it's a new collection, I let them shop early before anybody else, and they typically sell out of some things. What else do? I post on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'll be posting this on YouTube. What else do? I do that a lot. I just post a lot, and then I just ask, even if people aren't buying from my restock, if they could still, you know, show up and support the live, because the more people in here, the more it'll get pushed out. So that's how I like to promote it. I didn't always do it this way, especially like I said, when I first started, I was constantly selling out of the entire website. All I would do is just put a picture on Instagram and say, hey, big restock this day, April 5th, that's my birthday, April 5th at 1 p.m. And I would just write out a physical list of what was restocking. That was it. And every day I would just post like pictures like, hey, like this one's restocking. So what I did the same thing now. Like about a week ago, I was like, hey, big restock this day. But instead of writing down a list, what we did this time is put pictures, like a little video, like show the butterfly, show the wallet, show the tie-dye. So that's how I did it this time. I almost forgot to show you guys the accessories too. So I know in my Juicy collection video, I said, hey y'all, like whatever's the most popular, I'll bring back. Like if it sells out the same day. I was very clear on that, and some people were upset. I was like, girl, like it's my business, it's mine. I make the rules. So only 2 safety keychains sold out that day. The mystery safety keychain, which was never ever gonna be permanent, so that sold out, and blueberry. But I decided not to bring back blueberry just because I just can't see it being a permanent keychain. Like this is like oddly specific. Do you get what I'm saying? So the only thing I decided to keep permanent was our mini blue stunner that we launched. Let me grab that. This one's cute because I've never had a stunner this color. I've had teal, never had dark blue. And then I decided to restock. We had little cherry accessories in red and in pink. I don't have the pink on me right now. I decided to restock that today too. Probably make that permanent, but besides that, all the safety keychains are limited edition. Yeah, but I want to show you guys the accessories. We just restocked our mini black stunner, but I made it look like the other ones because you guys have really been loving the fact that this one can attach onto keychains. So let's take this Isabella because this one would match. It's so cute, super easy, attach, detach, really quick. And if you don't know, we did launch some knuckle stunners back in April. Can I find them? Right here, okay. And I love them, I love them. I did put this in another video that I was gonna bring these colors. I just wasn't sure when. And flashlight, go like this, and the button's on the inside. Like that. So this is perfect for people who go on walks, you go on runs, if you're somebody who works late at night. Like that was me. My old office, there was like a scary parking garage and I would work really late at night. So I wish that I had these back then. So we have it in pink, and then we brought purple and black. And I love the shade of purple because, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, when we do purple keychains, it's like not this shade. I would say the only, like, that one bead matches it. Even like, look, we launched purple alarms, like nothing's ever really this shade. So I thought, you know, it was a different shade of purple. And we do have one other purple stunner, but it's a plum shade, which is completely different from the shade. So I was on live talking about my taxes. Taxes could be a whole separate video, y'all. I am very passionate about taxes and how much I dislike them, but I was essentially telling them that the IRS, I owed a certain amount, lots of money, and I had paid $10,000 up front, like here, and then I made a payment plan. So if you don't know, there's like 3 types of payment plans. A 6-month payment plan, they give you a little bit of interest, and they're like, hey, by this date, 6 months from now, you have to pay. Doesn't matter how much you pay in a week, a month, by this date, you need to be paid in full. Then there's a year version of that, or there's a month by month. I've never done that one. Right now I'm on the 6-month one, and then last year I did a 1 year. Never done the month by month, but I know the interest is really high. But then I got a letter in the mail saying, from the IRS saying, hey, we got your $10,000, but you have to pay the rest by June 24th, which is literally like 2 weeks from now. I'm like, what? Thank God. Here's a little tip. Keep your receipts for everything, especially for the government, because they might try to play you. I kept the receipt that I got, the email confirmation saying, thank you for your online payment plan. It is due October 7th, 2024. Not June 24th. It says October 7th. So I'm going to call on Monday and be like, this is what it said. I mean, and then what I said, I can't repeat it because I'm on TikTok live, but I said, oh my gosh, if they actually make me pay this large sum of money by June 24th, I'm going to do something to myself. TikTok, if you're listening, I'm going to love myself and give hugs and kisses. Okay. But I said that, and then I kept on talking, and then all of a sudden the live ended. And I'm like, oh no, like I got banned again. But it said seek help. And I'm like, I wish I would have taken a screenshot. I'm like, wait a second, I've never seen this before. And then it gave me a hotline number, and it thinks that I was gonna do something on live. So I'm like, oh no. Like, this is the first time where my life has ever gone bananaed and I actually understood the reason. I was like, oh no, like I forgot I can't talk like that on TikTok live. I appealed it, and I wasn't expecting them to do it. Like, they said, oh, you're banned until tomorrow, like one day. I was like, okay, like I you know, I did break the rules. I appealed it and they approved it instantly. I didn't see that they approved it, so I went on my backup page. So this is your sign. Please, especially for TikTok, have a backup page. Obviously, you know, I have a backup page for Instagram, but other social media is honestly a lot more reliable. Like, especially Instagram, you really have to do something bad on there for your account for them to take it away. You either do something really bad or you get hacked. Meanwhile, here on TikTok, like, oh my gosh, you could say the wrong thing, you blink wrong, they're very like censored and sensitive. So that's why I have a backup page, and I constantly, every single time I'm live, at least one time, I'm like, hey, go find my backup page in case something were to happen. This isn't my first time this happening. But it hasn't happened, honestly, all year long, actually. Now that I think about it, this is my first time this year this happening. It happened a lot last year, and it worked out because the live ended abruptly. I couldn't even say anything. It just ended. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go on my backup page, post it on my story, said, hey guys, I'm on my backup page. And we still have the same amount of people in here. We have over 300 people in here because they know this is where I'm at. So make sure y'all go make those backup pages, okay? And if you're not following my backup page is The Fabulous Boutique. That's it on Instagram and TikTok, so be sure to follow. As I stated earlier, my main page did get bananaed. I have been yapping for like 4 hours now on live, so I like lose track of what I said here versus there. So if I'm repeating myself, whatever. My page did get unbananaed fairly quickly, but I was like, you know what? Everybody already transferred from my main page to my backup. I'm just gonna stick on here, which I never do that. I'm usually like, all right guys, let's go back. And I'm so happy that I did that. Like, everything happens for a reason. Like, Jesus has everything happen for a reason, because literally on my main page, it said I had 4 new customers. The rest of my customers were loyal. Shout out to them. I come on this backup page, I now have 12 new customers. So like, this backup page is pushing me out to new people, and my main page is not. And I feel like my main page is definitely punishing me. I just got another order. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I forgot to tell you too, I just hit 100 orders for the day. That's a lot for a restock, but oh, make that 0 orders, because I forgot that once the strike hits midnight, I'm at 0. I think that TikTok is punishing me for not using TikTok Shop anymore. I have a whole video as to why I don't use TikTok Shop. I'll link it in the description. But at first, I just deleted all of my products off of TikTok Shop. And then I ultimately decided, I know for sure that I am not going to be using it again. I deleted the shop as a whole, and they have been punishing me ever since. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Or 0 out of 10, do not recommend. I don't know. I'm back home. I got a little bit comfortable, took some jewelry off. Makeup's a little messed up, but I am going to call this a night. I ended my live with 103 orders. Yep, 103. I got off live a little bit after midnight, and what I'm gonna do now is clean my house. I know I sound like a psycho. It's currently 1:30 in the morning, but I'm just a night owl, and my fiance's sleeping, so I'm bored. The house is a disaster. So yeah, let me know if you guys liked this type of video. Obviously a lot more educational, so if you're not a business owner or not aspiring to be, it probably was not useful to you, but I hope you found it slightly entertaining. And yeah, see ya.